Hello everybody and welcome back to Basics. I am your host, the Crazy Uncle. We're going to continue today with our Bug Out Basics series. Alright? If you don't know these, you can go back and see the other two. Talks about bugging out on foot and bugging out on foot with the assistance of something else. Now, today we're going to hit on vehicles. A vehicle bug out. This is going to be the most common. Now, with every bug out, remember, you got to have yourself a good plan, okay? Now, because you have a vehicle, you can get to where you're going faster. However, you have to remember, unless you have a Tesla with the ability to charge it, with the, outside of plugging into one of those stations, you have a limited amount of miles that you can go, or kilometers if you're watching this somewhere else. You have a limited distance. So that has to factor into your plan because you need to make sure you have enough fuel for that vehicle. Okay? Everything applies from the previous two videos on what you need to bring. Your basics, all you're doing is adding to it because of your vehicle. You still need your bug out bag and your vehicle kit. I have trouble writing sideways still. You still need those inside your vehicle. If you're unsure what goes in there, especially like the vehicle kit, I did do a video on what should be in your bag, basics for that, and your vehicle kit. And see those in the previous ones. I remember I'll put them at the end. Regardless, you need to have those already. With each of those, you need to know each person. Okay? How many personnel are you bringing in said vehicle? That has to go into the plan. Okay? Everything wraps around the plan. Okay? If things are going bad and you need to bug out, one, you need different plans to make sure you can get there. You need to know how many people, how much of supplies that you have. Now, the key thing with the vehicle is, say you have something like a sedan. Okay, just sticking with cars for right now. We'll go into trucks here in a minute. If you have a sedan, you have a trunk. Okay, that trunk should be so full that you can barely close it. All right, that thing should be weighted down with materials. Now, the one thing I will say, the only time you don't bring all your food is if you're planning for the long haul to go through winter, because you're going to use a lot of space, unless they're in vacuum bags, a lot of space for your winter gear. Okay, that is incredibly a high amount of items that you have to bring. Okay, I did another video on winter survival. Actually, I did a whole series on winter survival, so if you want to go see that, scroll back in the videos, you'll see it. The only spots that should be open is enough room for people to sit in relative comfort. I say relative because even if they're a little, like, have to shift a lot, okay, that's perfectly fine. It's better to be, oh, it's kind of stuffy in here, than it is to be like, damn, I should have brought this. Because vehicle bug outs are so common, there is video upon video upon video upon video upon video about holy fucking shit. These guys load out their vehicles to the point of absurdity. At least I would say that if it wasn't for the fact that a bug out is for unknown time. The only time you know is point A to point B. How long it's going to take you to get there. You should relatively know that timeline, and that's the only timeline you know. Keep that in mind. That is the only timeline you know. If you have a wagon, great. If all you got is a little bitty hatchback and you got to bring 3 people, 4 people, it's going to be very cramped in there. Don't be surprised if you're driving with a little one in your lap the whole way. Okay, it's going to get very, very cramped. On that one of the mainstays though is you need to remember your fuel. This falls into the plan. Make sure you have enough fuel to get from point A to point B. Once you're there, it doesn't really matter much because you shouldn't be leaving. If you're bugging out from your bug out, things have gone from bad to shitstorm to holy fuck. And if you're if it's that bad, you got bigger problems than an empty fuel tank. Okay, a lot bigger problems. Now, make sure you have enough food and water in hand, and I don't mean cracking open a can of sardines. I mean, stuff to actually eat. Maybe it's granola bars. Maybe it's more meals. Maybe it's, I don't know what the hell they call those things, tack bars. Something. Especially the little kids, they're going to prefer to snack than they are just to eat a big meal. So keep that in mind. Do not fucking stop during a vehicle bug out. If you see somebody on the side of the road, they're waving you down, it may be somebody stranded. It also might be a trap. Somebody's trying to, make you stop so their buddies can jump out with pistols. No, don't fucking stop. Just get there. Whatever you do, just get there. Don't fuck around. Just get there. That is your number one thing with a vehicle, and that's why the vehicle is so useful. If somebody jumps out in the middle of the road trying to stop you, they've just become the newest whack-a-mole on the street. Fuck them. Okay? It's not your concern. Your concern is to get to your bug-out location, and the vehicle's the best way to do it. Now, I will say that those you with trucks, and this is truck specific because almost never do you have that type of space in a car. If you have a truck, make sure you strap things down. If you have a cap to put over top, that's even better, because if they see you got a shit ton of supplies, people will take you down. Okay? Do not underestimate the desperation of people in this situation. Ever. That is why you don't stop. With a truck, the ass end of that thing will be loaded with as much as you can fit. If you've ever seen the original movie Red Dawn, not that piece of shit remake, oh my god, was that bad, but the original Red Dawn, how they literally loaded up the back of that truck with as much as they could fit, literally as much as they could fit. That's what it should look like. Strap it down, put a cap over if you can. A lid is okay, but that limits how much you can bring. But here's the kicker. If you have a truck, you can also bring an ATV, bicycles, things of that nature, so it wouldn't matter if you run out of fuel. You can still continue. If you're in the cities and everybody's bugging out, chances are you're SOL and JWF in this situation. Shit out of luck and jolly well fucked. You're walking. If you're in the suburbs, take the side streets and get the fuck away from the cities. If you're already in a rural-ish area, you shouldn't have too much problem going down the side streets. However, ambushes are going to be a thing. But I'm not going to go anymore. I'm probably getting close to my time limit here as far as the boob tube goes. And by the way, if you wouldn't mind, whichever side that friggin' thumbs up is, I'd appreciate if you did that. Hell, even if you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs up. I gotta piss off Susan somehow. So anyways, and this is your crazy uncle, I'm out.